definite and indefinite articles. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to define indefinite articles, define definite articles, identify the rules to use the indefinite articles a and an before a noun, identify the use of the definite article the before a noun.
Look, Fleck, my mother bought me a new board game. Do you want to play?
How do we play this game, Zizi?
Here, I'll show you. We start playing at the red square. Roll the dice. When you land on a square, you have to pick up a card and answer the question on the card correctly to move ahead. Otherwise, you come back to the red square. The person who reaches the blue square first wins. Okay, Fleck? Then let's start. Use the article a or an. The lady is carrying dash handbag. I wonder which article I can use here.
Hey friends, let's help Zizi complete this sentence. Do you know which article we can use in the blank here? We use the article a before the noun handbag in this sentence. Let's see why. The words a, an, and the are called articles. They are actually adjectives because they qualify nouns. Let's first look at the use of a or an in more detail. The use of a or an actually depends on the opening sound of the noun, not on the actual letter with which it begins. These articles are used before a single or one object or person. We know that the letters of the alphabet A, E, I, O, and U are called vowels, and the remaining letters are called consonants. We use the article a before a noun that begins with a consonant sound. We use the article an before a noun that begins with a vowel sound. We can use some examples to understand the use of a or an better. The noun door starts with a consonant sound d. So we use the article a before this word and say a door. Let's see another example. The noun uniform begins with a vowel, but the opening sound is that of a consonant U. So we use the article a before it and say a uniform. The noun orange starts with a vowel sound o. So we use the article an before this word and say an orange. Let's see another example. The noun honor begins with a consonant, but the letter H is silent. So the opening sound is that of a vowel o. So we use the article an before it and say an honor. The articles a and an are called indefinite articles. This is because they do not refer to any particular person, place, or thing. So when we say a girl was eating an orange, we are not referring to any particular girl or any particular orange. So the indefinite article a has been used here before girl, and the indefinite article an has been used here before orange. Now let's go find out how Zizi and Fleck are doing.
Your turn, Fleck.
I know the clown is riding a unicycle.
Oh, Fleck, that's not correct. The word unicycle begins with a consonant sound U. The answer is a unicycle. You will have to move back to the red square now.
We use the article the before a noun when we want to refer to a particular or definite person, place, or thing. Therefore, the is called the definite article. For example, Jack wore the shoes he bought on his birthday. Here the article the is used to point out that Jack wore the specific or particular shoes that he bought on his birthday. So the is called a definite article. The article the is used in many ways in English writing. Let's take a look at some of them. We use the before common nouns that describe a whole class of persons, places, or things. For example, the piano is a beautiful instrument. Here the word piano refers to all pianos. So we use the before it. However, we do not say the pianos are beautiful instruments. When nouns are in the plural form, the word the is removed. So we say pianos are beautiful instruments. We use the before nouns that name only one thing of its kind. For example, the sun is shining brightly. The sun is only one of its kind, so we use the before it. We also use the before superlatives and ordinal numbers. This is the most interesting storybook. I am reading the second story. In the first sentence, the is used before most, which is a superlative. In the second sentence, the is used before second, which is an ordinal number. When we speak of something or someone for the first time, we usually use the indefinite articles a or an before the noun. Later, we use the to refer to it again. For example, Ria bought a house. The house is made of wood. Here we say a house when we speak about it in the first sentence, but in the second sentence, we say the house, since we have already spoken about it in the first sentence. We use the before names of rivers, mountains, famous buildings, places, famous books, holy books, and newspapers. Look at the following examples. We saw the Taj Mahal. I read the Times every morning. Taj Mahal is a famous monument and Times is a famous newspaper. In some previous examples, we have spelt the using small t. However, when a, an, or the is a part of the name of a book, game, play, or painting, it is usually spelt with a capital letter. Look at the following example. The Adventures of Freddy. A Tale of Two Cities.
Hey, this game was fun. I'm so happy we both reached the blue square.
Yes, Zizi. What is this game called? I would like to play it again.
Look, the name is written on the cover. It is called The Road to the Blue Square. Fleck, look, it has stopped raining. We can go out and play again.
Yippee! Let's go!
Fleck and I had so much fun playing the board game today. Let's run through some of the points we learned in the lesson, definite and indefinite articles. A and an are called indefinite articles because they do not refer to any particular person, place or thing. We use an before nouns that begin with a vowel sound. For example, an orange, an honest man. We use a before nouns that begin with a consonant sound. For example, a door, a unicycle. The is called a definite article because it is used to refer to a particular or definite person, place or thing. We use the before common nouns that describe a whole class of persons, places or things. For example, the piano is a beautiful instrument. Before nouns that name only one thing of its kind. For example, the sun. Before superlatives and ordinal numbers. For example, the most interesting book, the second house. Before names of rivers, mountains, famous buildings, places, famous books, holy books and newspapers. For example, the Ganga, the Alps, the Taj Mahal. When a, an or the is a part of the name of a book, game, play or painting, it is spelled with a capital letter.